Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan Coachman, and this is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins.
Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go from Oakland. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson now, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson able to find Walter. That's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darren Waller, 42 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you start on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Check, 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 check.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Lawrence Taylor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A big play there for the Dolphins. 44 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Lamar Jackson heading back out as we check out our... The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson rolling to his left. That'll be caught by Rice. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. first and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Check pass. Check pass. Slant.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got the hook up for the first time with Herman Moore.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
They'll look to throw here, and that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
On the return, Hester. "34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. Jackson on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. They go play action here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 30. 10. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And this pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That's it. Touchdown, baby.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one. And it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught. It's Clinton Portis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Our time. Set.
2nd and 11. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Willie Brown. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this was truly a total...
The coach here, welcoming you to another installment of Madden.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the 4-time Pro Bowler and 2010 Comeback Player of the Year, and that's Michael Vick.
One of the most unique players in NFL history. You remember the snappy left-handed throw, the ability to break a play wide open with his legs. Absolutely dynamic, explosive, and rarely ever caught from behind.
Vick operating on first down. Complete to Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Hester. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Let's do this.
Some guys just simply have it, and Randy Moss is one of those guys. His big playability, once again on display right there.
That's what he's known for. He averaged 15.6 yards per reception during his playing days. Highest career yards per catch average for any player with not. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from the 20 as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2.
Come on now, let's go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
On second down, it's White. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd and short yardage. Vick under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's the Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the draw, here's White. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On third down, a run from White. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit intermission. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he's got room. The 40, 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Randy Moss, 76 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Michael Vick in the offense about to take over. Vick's the subject of our players' spotlight, and he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's White. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They keep it on the ground. White again. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
And how about that throw? We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion. But it's the way that he throws the ball. So compact, yet the ball comes off of his hand and it just whistles to the receiver.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. He gets this one to Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
2nd and 12. At the 50-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. On 3rd down, Vick. Throw left side complete. It's Gonzalez. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now it
tries to force it to Megatron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put the rush coming, and he's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And the Miami Dolphins are into the end zone.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Dolphins 28.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
3rd and long for Vick. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now White. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Once again with Sanders. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. There he goes left side. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just One last drive here for Pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lawrence Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Vick, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were buoyed.
Hey, welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the NFL.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
53, check 53.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And they will finally get him to the ground as he's forced to tuck it and take the sack. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jackson now. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson, this will be caught by Randy Moss. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. On first down, it's Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Let's take it inside his own 40. First half in. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Complete. It's Johnson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You see me out here? That's right. We can't be stopped.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson, flush to his right. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns, 2:13 remaining. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. Throwing, Mayfield finds his tight end Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield, Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Here's Mayfield, and the pressure gets to him again. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Night Train Wayne. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Elliott Good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
180! Man, I got you.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what,